Hello students, warm welcome to all of you at AriserTalent. So, in our previous lecture, we have dealt with our chapter 2 of the chemistry class 10th, that is acid, base and salt. We have basically discussed about the type of the salts on the basis of two criteria. Our first criteria was on the basis of the formation of the compound, and second criteria was on the basis of the pH value of the substance. Now, we are on the last topic of our chapter, that is some of the commercially chemical salts used in our life. So our next topic is some commercially used salts. So these are the basic salts you have already heard about. You have come across in our daily life a number of salts. First is table salt, that is basically the sodium chloride which we used in our kitchen purposes. Second is washing soda, that is used for washing purposes. Next is baking soda. Baking soda is used for again the cooking purposes. We have also heard about the plaster of Paris and gypsum, that is used for the covering in the case of the broken bone. So these are the number of salts we come across the use in our daily life. So these are known as the commercially used salt. So in this category we are dealing with our first type of the salt. The first type of the salt is sodium chloride, basically known as the common salt. So our first category is common salt. So the common salt is commonly known as a table salt. Its chemical name is sodium chloride and its chemical formula will be NaCl. So firstly, we are writing about the general description of it. Its common name, its chemical name, and thirdly, we are writing about the chemical formula of that compound. So these are the three basic things about that compound. Firstly, I am writing about the common name of the common salt. The common name of the common salt will be the table salt. Secondly, the chemical name for this common salt will be the sodium chloride. And thirdly, the chemical formula of a compound will be NaCl. So these are the three major things regarding the common salt description that we have discussed here. Now we are proceeding to some more information about the common salt. Basically, the common salt is obtained in the form of the crystals. So it is found in the form of the salt in the form of the crystals. So sometimes it is also known as the rock salt. But when the crystals are obtained, the crystals are basically obtained after the evaporation, because this common salt is present in seawater in the dissolved form along with the sulfates and chlorides of calcium and magnesium. Generally, after the crystallization, it is present in the white form, that is the purest form, but due to certain impurities, this is basically found in the brown color. So sometimes common salt is also known as rock salt. So this is the term used for common salt, and it is basically found in dissolved form. And in dissolved form, it is actually found in the seawater. Then along with it, sulfates and chlorides of calcium and magnesium. So, this is found along with the sulfates and chlorides of calcium and magnesium. In the purest form, it is white in color, but it exists with the certain form of impurities. That's why its color will be somewhat brownish. So, the third point will be it is white in color, but along with impurities, it exists as brown color. So, these are the general characteristics regarding the common salt. So, I must say that these are the general characteristics. So, these will be the general characteristics regarding the common salt. Now, we are going to learn about the process for the formation of the sodium chloride. As we all know that the sodium chloride is obtained from the sea water. It is basically aqueous in solution. Now, on electrolysis, the NaCl will give the certain form of the product. Then after the crystallization, we can obtain the pure crystals of the common salt. So, its process of formation will be in the process of formation, we have provided with NaCl. This NaCl will be in aqueous form, that is obtained from the sea water. Now what happened? We will do the electrolysis of this NaCl. We are performing electrolysis. After electrolysis, the product we are obtained in the equation will be NaOH plus Cl negative plus H2O. So, on electrolysis of NaCl, the first product we are obtaining is sodium hydroxide, chloride ions and the water. Now, on the electrolysis, the two reactions will take place, one at the anode part and one at the cathode part. So, we have the two reaction. At anode, we will get 2 Cl negative ions after the electrolysis of this, and we have the second reaction, which will be the cathode reaction. In the cathode reaction, what we will get? We will get two H2 plus 2 electrons to give 2 H2O. So, these two reactions in case of the NaCl will take simultaneously at the anode and the cathode, and after the reaction of this equation, we will get a product that is NaCl. We have already discussed about the neutralization reaction. So, we can say that sodium chloride is basically prepared by the reaction of sodium hydroxide with hydrochloric acid. So, we have already discussed that NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide plus HCl, this is basically the hydrochloric acid, on reacting will give NaCl plus H2O. So, we can see here the neutralization reaction in which the base react with acid to give salt. So, this will be the basic method for the preparation of the common salt, or we can say the table salt. Now, this is all about the process of formation and the characteristics of the common salt. Now we are moving to our next topic, that what are the basic uses or benefits of the sodium chloride in our daily life. So before I can proceed to my next topic, you can copy it from here. So now our third topic will be uses of common salt. So we all know that the common salt is a very essential part of our diet. So in our body there is a complete need of the common salt, because in the absence of the common salt there will be this certain disadvantages or dishappenings occur in our body. Firstly, common salt help in the muscle contraction. It will provide a nerve impulsion in our brain or in our nervous system, or we can say that if there is a deficiency of the common salt in our body, there will be the muscle cramps occur. So we often examine this with the help of an example. When we do a heavy exercise, the sweat comes out from our body, and this sweat contain sodium chloride along with the water. So in this case, muscle cramps will basically occur, and we will take a salt preparation for that time. We have heard about the solution, that is electrol powder. Electrol powder basically consists of sodium chloride that we dissolve in water in case of certain disorders in our body. So this is the general use for the common salt that in our diet. Second use of the common salt is basically in the preparation of the certain chemicals in the industries. It is used for the preparation of hydrochloric acid. It is used for the preparation of the washing soda. Third use of the sodium chloride will be in the places when there is a snow spread over the road. To melt that snow or the ice, sodium chloride is basically spread on that surface. Lastly, the sodium chloride has its used in the tanning industry. Tanning industry means it is used for the tanning of the leather. So these are the some of the commercial uses of the common salt. Now we will deal with every topic one by one. So its first use will be in our diet. In our diet, I have already told you, when the sweat occurs in our body, sodium chloride is flowed along with the water. So in this case, muscle cramps actually happens, and we will take a salt along with the water. So its basic uses will be in electrol powder, next use of the sodium chloride will be in leather tanning. Third use of the sodium chloride will be in the preparation of certain chemicals. In preparation of certain chemicals, and these chemicals will be like HCl, washing soda, etc. Next use of the sodium chloride will be basically in the spreading of NaCl salt on the roads which are covered with the snow. In some cases, we need to melt that snow, and we will spread sodium chloride over there. So for melting of snow, on roads. So here are some of the basic uses of common salt in our daily life. So our first commercial salt will be the sodium chloride. Now we are moving to our next category of the salt, and our next salt in this category will be sodium hydroxide, that is basically known as NaOH. So now we are moving to our next salt. So the second category of the salt is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is basically known as caustic soda, that is its common name, and its chemical formula will be the NaOH. It is used in variety of applications in our daily life. Now we will deal with the preparation and the uses of this sodium hydroxide. So firstly, again I am writing the common descriptions here. Firstly, we will write about the common name. After common name, we have its chemical name. After chemical name, we have its chemical formula. So we have the three descriptions here. So firstly, the common name of the sodium hydroxide is caustic soda. Second, the chemical name is given here, that is sodium hydroxide. And its chemical formula will be Na for sodium and OH for hydroxide. Now we will learn about the general process of the formation of this sodium hydroxide. The sodium hydroxide is basically prepared by the reaction of the sodium amalgam with the water in the Kastner-Kellner cell. So the basic process of this procedure will occur in the Kastner-Kellner cell. So now we will deal with its process of formation. So our next topic is process of formation. Now, in the process of the formation of the NaOH, what actually happens when amalgam react with the water, the sodium hydroxide will going to be produced. Now, what happens in the process of the manufacturing of the caustic soda? As I have already told you, this reaction will take place in the Kastner-Kellner cell. So firstly, what happens? There will be the electrolysis of NaCl. This electrolysis of NaCl actually happens in the Kastner-Kellner cell. Now, what happens on the electrolysis of the NaCl? NaCl on electrolysis will produce Na positive and Cl negative. So this will be the basic reaction for the electrolysis of the NaCl. Now in the next step, what is happening? Cl2 plus 2 electrons gives 2 Cl negative. This will be the general equation for the electrolysis of the chlorine. Now we have discussed that NaOH or the caustic soda will be produced only by adding the amalgam. So what we are doing here, we have added NaHg. It is actually the sodium amalgam. This sodium amalgam is basically produced by sodium plus amalgam. It means sodium and amalgam are reacting with each other to produce sodium amalgam. Now what happens here? This sodium amalgam react with water to produce NaOH. This NaOH will be produced with liberation of Hg. So we can see here the amalgam react with water to produce sodium hydroxide. So this sodium hydroxide is the actually product, that is caustic soda, we want to be obtained. So this is the basic process for the formation of the caustic soda. So now we have dealt with the characteristics and the process of the formation of the caustic soda. Now we are moving to our next topic, that what are the uses of this compound. So our next topic will be, that is third topic, uses of caustic soda. So the uses of the caustic soda, its first use is basically in the preparation of the soap, paper, pulp. So in the soap, paper and pulp, it is basically used. So it's first used in manufacturing of soap, paper and pulp. Now, its second use will be in the textile industry. So, its second use will be in textile industry. In the chemical lab, caustic soda is basically used as a laboratory reagent. So, its third application will be used as a laboratory reagent. So, it can also be used as a laboratory reagent. Now, its final use will be in the concentration or in the extraction of the bauxite ore. Bauxite is actually the aluminium ore. So, it is basically used in extraction of bauxite ore. So, these are the general applications of caustic soda that we have discussed. So, our basic criteria of discussion will be, firstly, we will write the chemical name and the chemical formula of the compound. Then, we will deal with the process of the formation of that compound, and finally, the uses of that compounds. So, this question is very important, like a short note point of view. Write a short note on sodium chloride, write a short note on washing soda. So, this may be the question many times asked in your exam. Now, we are moving to our third category of the salt. The third category of the salt we have is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Can you tell me the name of the sodium carbonate decahydrate? The sodium carbonate decahydrate is basically the washing soda. This washing soda is basically used for our domestic purpose in our houses. Now we are moving to our next topic, that is washing soda. Now the third salt will be washing soda. In case of washing soda, again we will write the three descriptions of it, that is its common name, chemical name and its chemical formula. So our three characterizations will be, first common name, second one is chemical name, and the third one will be the chemical formula. Now, firstly, the common name is washing soda. So, the common name is washing soda. Its chemical name will be sodium carbonate decahydrate. So, its chemical name will be sodium carbonate decahydrate. Now, sodium carbonate means Na2CO3. And we have used a term that is decahydrate. Deca means 10. So, it will have a 10H2O. So, this will be the general description about the washing soda, that its name is sodium carbonate decahydrate and its general formula will be Na2CO3.10H2O. Now, after discussing these common facts, we are going to proceed the procedure for making that washing soda. So, our next topic is process of formation. Now, sodium carbonate or the sodium carbonate decahydrate is basically formed after the recrystallization. It means in the sodium carbonate, we are adding that 10 H2O molecules to get the sodium carbonate decahydrate. So the process involved in its formation is known as recrystallization. So the name of the process is recrystallization of Na2CO3. Now, what will be the general reaction for this equation? That is Na2CO3 sodium carbonate is going to react with 10H2O. It means recrystallization occurs, and what we will get in the product side? We will get Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. So this is actually our compound we want to obtain, and this compound is basically known as washing soda. So this will be our product we want to obtain. So this will be the basic formation for the process of the washing soda. Now we are with our last topic, that what are the uses of the washing soda. So our next topic will be uses of washing soda. So for the washing soda, we have the following uses. Firstly, washing soda is used in soap, paper and pulp industry. Secondly, it is used in the glass industry. It is used in the domestic purpose for cleaning different type of the objects in our daily life. It is used for removing the hardness of the water. Lastly, it is used in the preparation of a borax. Borax is a type of the glass, that is Na2P4O7 dot certain H2O. Now we will write, I am writing the uses of this compound. The uses of the washing soda is, firstly, in cleaning purpose. Its first use will be in the cleaning purpose. Second use will be in glass industry. Its third application will be removing hardness of water. The fourth application will be in the glass, textile and the paper industry, that is of the basic use. The last use will be in the formation of the borax. Borax is actually a type of glass. So the fourth use I am writing here, in manufacturing of borax. So borax is having a general formula Na2P4O7. This is actually a type of the glass. So its general application will be in the basically in the industry. Second, in the household purpose for cleaning the certain objects, that we have already heard about the term washing soda. So these are the general applications of the washing soda that we have discussed. Firstly, we have used it in the cleaning purposes. Second, in the glass industry. Third will be the removing the hardness of the water. Now we have the fourth use, that is of the borax. Borax is having a general formula, that is Na2B4O7 dot 10H2O. So this will be the general formula for the borax. So in this way, washing soda is basically used to remove the hardness of the water, and sometimes it is also used for controlling the pH of the water. So these are the three topics that we have discussed today, that is common salt, caustic soda and washing soda. Now we are left with our three more salt. The next salt will be the bleaching powder, baking soda and plaster of Paris. Then we will learn about some of the hydrated salt. It means those will having a water of crystallization along with it. So this lecture is over for today. We will deal with many more topics in our next lecture. Thank you so much and have a nice day.